Hello again, folks. Welcome back, fellas. Denny is here again in the work Jeep. After a long day, I thought I'd make a video about work. Work life or work-life balance or lack thereof. Thanks to all the people who have been commenting and a couple new subscribers. Please subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like, leave a comment. I accept super thanks donations as well. But yeah, I'm Denny. I'm back here. I just finished a long work day. I haven't had very many long work days lately. So it's kind of nice to have a day where you're like really busy and productive. And I just had a sandwich and just pulled over here and ended up actually in the same area, about 5-minute drive from here where I did the high school crush video by my old high school. Ended up back in this area again, kind of industrial area now. There's a Enterprise rental car there behind me, and yeah, just a mix of different businesses. As a locksmith, you get around the city and you're going to all kinds of commercial buildings and properties and stuff. But with me, I have a lot of regular clients, so I end up going to a lot of the same places over and over. And then once in a while you get like random jobs, that are a little bit off the beaten path, but generally you get familiar with the regular spots where the work is. So yeah, I just thought I'd pull over here and talk to you a little bit. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day or good week so far. It's Tuesday evening now, so tomorrow's the big start of the Oilers and Panthers Stanley Cup final. Super excited about that. So I don't know if I'll do videos as much this week. And I'm not like one of those guys that records like in the middle of an event or something, or live streams during the hockey game or something. I know like that's a kind of a separate thing. This channel is more general, and I know maybe a lot of you aren't even hockey or sports fans. You probably don't care much, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But it is a part of my life, so following me on this journey, that's going to be a part of it. So hopefully you understand and appreciate it. And if you are a hockey fan, let me know who do you got in the final. Will the Oilers finally do it, or the Panthers just too good, or what do you think? I think it's Connor McDavid's time. I think it's destiny. I think it's Rocky 2. It's the rematch. It's going to be great. Excuse me. So yeah, work-life balance. I hope that most of you watching have that somewhat under control. I made a couple of videos now recently about getting older and maybe not being as sharp physically and mentally, and struggling a bit with energy levels and whatnot. And I know a lot of it's lifestyle and other factors, but yeah, I just thought I would tie that into maybe working hard. Are you working to live, or are you living to just work? And some people, it's one or the other. And we don't have it all. I don't think anyone has it all figured out. We're all lacking in some ways, or learning lessons in other ways. Like you may have good health, but maybe your relationships are suffering. Maybe you have good relationships, but your finances aren't great. Maybe you're having troubles with the career. Maybe your finances are in the toilet. You're trying to dig your way out, or maybe just not happy with your job or career, and that's kind of gone to shit, and you're trying to kind of fix that and get that sorted, and all these things get tougher as you age. But for me, trying to have a good work-life balance, but it seems like it's more work than your regular leisure. But see, with me, I actually don't mind what I do. As I've said before, I'm proud to have been able to go out on my own and become a contractor and a self-employed person and do locksmithing and lock and door service. It's something I enjoy. I enjoy the tangible results, and I feel like I have a purpose. If nothing else is going on, like most of you know, I don't have a girlfriend or relationship or anything, so I want to be of some use to people and be valuable to other people and valuable to society and contribute to my community and my city by making things a little bit better, and that's what my job does. I mean, it's not like, I like helping people, but it's not, a life and death thing. It's not like I'm a firefighter or even like a lawyer or something that, could really save a person's life, if you're in legal trouble and prevent you from spending time in jail or losing your house or something. So yeah, those are more serious things, but I mean, security and having your locks working properly and having them be user-friendly so people aren't struggling. I always find it rewarding to fix that. You're having trouble getting into your house or something because your lock isn't working, or you're having trouble locking the door. That's a pain in the ass. That's a major inconvenience in your daily life. And if I could come by and take care of that for you, whether it's at your home or your business or a bigger company or something, I find some joy in that, and I feel like I've made the community like 1% better if I've done something, or if I've installed some extra security onto a door or upgraded the hardware or the locks, and the people feel peace of mind. That makes me feel good, and I get to make a living at it. So it's kind of a win-win. And it's not a thing where I just dread, getting up and I just hate my job, or I'm just completely indifferent to what I'm doing. I just want to get paid so I can, eat and pay the bills. There's a lot of people like that kind of just phone it in, just do the bare minimum with whatever company they're at. And I understand that to some degree. It's difficult sometimes to get paid for what you actually like doing. If your hobbies aren't, something you can monetize, and of course that's difficult. I mean, if you like just watching shows and movies, I don't know if there's a way to get paid doing that, but maybe you could figure it out. But yeah, you got to put in some work. You got to do something that people find value in, that they're willing to pay you for. And that's how you pay the bills. So yeah, I don't mind, my job. I actually enjoy it a lot of times. I'm not like completely, I don't get out of bed and do cartwheels and somersaults because I get to fix locks and doors that day. It's kind of in between. Like I'm not like super ecstatic to do it. It is a job at the end of the day, but also there's a little bit of reward, and there's a little bit of pride, and I find some purpose in it. Or like I say, I can be of value and help to others, give them that peace of mind. And even doing stuff like within the trade, like, sometimes people are locked out of their houses or condos or offices, and I'm able to come by and kind of save the day. And being locked out, it can be a bit stressful, and then when they see me show up, that makes people feel relief and makes their day a bit better, and I can provide that and get paid for it. That's a beautiful thing, I think. But yeah, the work-life balance is tricky. Like, are you working all the time just to live, just to survive? I think too far that way is unhealthy, especially long-term. Like, there's workaholics that just can't sit around and don't find much joy and pleasure in some of the leisurely activities. Like, I mean, for example, I have no like desire to go fishing on the weekend or camping anymore, stuff like that. I used to like camping a little bit when I was younger. Right now, I just have no interest. I have no desire in it. I would find it boring. I just sit in the woods in front of a campfire and, I don't know, roast marshmallows. I don't even know what camping entails these days, but it seems like a lot of work and organization and equipment, time. You got to usually drive pretty far. Like, you know, I live in the middle of a big city. To get out to a campground is minimum like 45-minute drive. Kind of our closest campgrounds that you'd actually consider camping. Some of this stuff that's kind of in the city is, I don't really consider that camping. We have like parks that are around that have like, you know, you could set up areas or whatever, but it's not the same. Real camping is like, you got to get out to the woods, you know, got to get out of the city at least half an hour away from the nearest commercial building, shit like that. But yeah, there's camping, you know, people, that's kind of a big like off work thing that people do in the summer: camping, fishing, hiking and all that. I try to do hiking in the summer. You know, we have like this huge river valley and all these park areas in town here, and then sometimes I will drive out of town and go on like little hikes. So that's okay. I don't mind like little short periods of time in nature. I just don't like to be out there for days and days. I'm just not into that anymore. So I don't know how you feel. Like, let me know if you're one of the people that are just like working all the time, and then your off time is just like, you know, maybe watching stuff on your phone or YouTube or shows, movies or whatever, sports. I guess just like couch time, I guess you can call it. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. It's just like work, couch, shower, bed, you know. That's a lot of people's lives, you know. Especially if, you know, there's people that like, these guys that work hard and they just want to grab a 6-pack at the end of the day and go home on the couch, veg out, drink some beers and watch whatever they watch, hockey game or football game or their favorite show, and that's it. That's their life. I kind of like to do more than that. Don't really like to sit on the couch. I've actually found that, like, with the different things I'm doing, side hustles and my main job, and then now recording videos every 2-3 days, and then sometimes I have to do paperwork for my business when I get home. And then there's some chores. I like to keep my place kind of neat and tidy. And then I like to go outside a little bit. I like to, you know, I make a lot of trips to the store because I'm a single bachelor and I don't really stock up on a lot. So because it would go bad, you know. I think I might have mentioned that before. If I buy a dozen bananas, like in bulk, it's most of them are going to go bad by the time I get to eating them. So yeah, I'm make a lot of trips to the stores. I do all these different things, trying to keep up with the errands of self-employment and personal chores. And you've got a lot of times these days in modern society, we're on the phones a lot, busy texting our friends and people. If you're married, I'm sure your wife is texting you and you're texting her a lot. If you got a busy work life and you're kind of keeping in touch that way and trying to look after the kids and making arrangements and all that, taking the kids to soccer or football or whatever, taking the girl to piano and ballet, whatever the heck it is, it's work. And even like the daily, we talk about work-life balance, and the work part we always just completely associate with our 9-to-5 job or whatever time we spend at a job or career getting paid, and we don't consider the other stuff as work. But it's all work, like I mentioned, having to take the kids places, picking them up from school, enrolling them in classes, and having to buy, purchase things at the store for your kids. Or if you don't have kids and you're a lonely bachelor like me, there's always stuff to do. Like on the weekend, I had to get my truck battery replaced. So I had to go to the store and get that, and then I had to get it installed by a guy because I've got a power inverter and there's some wiring that is involved. But so I got that done, and I had to do up some invoices. I had to, sort out some receipts, put them in the right boxes for the right tax year. I got from the Dollar Tree, I got these little bins, and it's where I throw my receipts, and are labeled 2024, 2025. And yeah, so there's all this stuff that's work. I had to do dishes yesterday. That's work. Even keeping in touch with my friends, making plans for what we're going to do for the hockey game. Or I had to call my dad the other day. There's always just stuff going on. There's no leisure time, or very little. And I find that, I don't know, I'd say in the last year at least, with all these things I got going on, plus your regular, your everyday things that people have to do, like I mentioned, I don't sit down on the couch till late at night. Every night, pretty much. Sometimes I'll have to have a nap, and then I'll get up and I'll have other stuff to do. I got up from a nap and did dishes the other day, finished some invoices after my nap, went to the gym, did some other, answered some emails. And then I've been uploading these videos, and that takes a little bit of time, and then there's time for the shower or taking a bath or whatever. And like I say, getting older, it just flies by. You just don't know where the time went, and there's always stuff you haven't done. So I can't even imagine working till 5 and then just coming home and sitting around the whole day till it's time to go to bed. That just would seem crazy to me. I don't know how I could do that where there's all this stuff around me that needs to get done. It'll just be poking at me and scratching at me hey, Denny, dishes, hello. Denny, you should probably take a shower. You're dirty. Or Denny, you haven't been to the gym in 3 days. Can't be sitting around watching TV. Got to get your ass to the gym. Oh, Denny, there's 2 emails you haven't answered yet. Reply to. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on the couch, and it's this voice that's just pounding at me. And that's what I'm dealing with every day now. And then I do have little pockets, or maybe a day or two here and there, where I do have some free time, and it's great. I try to enjoy it. So work-life balance, I don't know. I feel like it's almost all work. And what is life too? I could consider the whole thing just life. I don't even have to like separate it. Every single thing I do from the time I get up till time I go to bed is life. Because I do enjoy the results of my job, and I don't mind doing it, and it's a part of my life. It's not like this giant, like thick wall of separation between work and life, like some people, where it's like as soon as they clock out and get home, their job is like, that's the last thing on their mind. They don't take their work home with them at all. I've always got, work on my mind, and like even sometimes on the weekend, like Saturday, like I said before, I don't go out too much anymore, and it'll be like late on a Saturday, and I'll be watching TV or something, and then I'll be reminded of something of work. Like there's a certain product I'll look up on Google, or see if I could find it on Amazon or one of the other hardware websites, and I'll actually be doing product research, like sometimes at midnight, like just on a Saturday, because from that Friday I had a customer requesting a replacement, push bar, crash bar, something that's a little bit unique, and I'd have to source it out to order it, and I don't get to it on the Friday or Saturday during the day, and then I'm like, oh shit, I remember. And then I have like my laptop, I'm sitting on my couch or my bed with my pajamas and or underwear, and looking this up while there's a movie or something. Put the movie on pause, or the Netflix show or whatever, and look it up real quick, just so I have that peace of mind, like, okay, like here's what I need to order on Monday. And yeah, it's just like work doesn't really ever stop. And now that I'm my own boss and the only person that works at my company, I'll get texts like at different times on the weekends, and with a question or sometimes an emergency thing that I need to go and fix, and get in a Jeep and go out on a Saturday and fix a broken lock, or rescue someone who's locked out of their condo or something. I work with a lot of like Airbnb hosts, and when they have guests, sometimes on the weekends, when they're staying in one of the places around here, I get called out if there's a problem. Sometimes the keypad on the lock doesn't work, they can't get in, or they're locked out of a bedroom or something. I have to take care of it, so I'm kind of always on call, and you just never know. And then some days it's like it's just slow, and I have free time just kind of randomly, like it's not even like a planned holiday or anything. It's just, yeah, this is a slow day, and then you got to find things, the unpaid work that you can catch up on. And that was a little tricky at the beginning, because I thought, okay, well, great, I have free time now, like I'll just do something more leisurely instead of taking care of the back end stuff for the business. So that's kind of important, and you got to make sure that there's nothing hanging over your head that's important. Make sure you're cleared before you get on to doing like some more fun stuff, or just completely relaxing. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. Today's modern society is pretty intense with the pace of life, and there's a heavy demand on people in general to get things done, and especially with technology and trying to keep up, and all the stuff we need to look after to live in the modern world is more challenging. Even though technology supposedly made it more easier, there's just more things that can go wrong, and the pace is fast, and competition is fierce. job market is all over the place. It's unstable. The economy, you got to work harder to keep up, and maybe your leisure and personal life are suffering because you find you have to work more, and that's become a normal thing. Yeah, so I don't think anyone has it easy. I mean, I've yet to meet a person that's got like a super easy job, works a couple hours a day, and is doing very well. Well, maybe drug dealers, but I don't really know any drug dealers. But yeah, for me, it's just a grind and trying to survive, and just trying to find little moments and windows where I can enjoy things and try to relax. I'm going to try to relax more and be a little bit more efficient. Like I say, I'm a work in progress in a lot of different areas, trying to get more efficient with my time and figure out ways I can be more energetic and more how do you say, I guess, yeah, just efficient and more balanced. Yeah, more balanced, so I'm not running around stressed out as much. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think about that topic. Are you living to work or working to live? It's kind of like it's like a weird cycle, it's you have a vehicle to pay for so you can get to the job. Yeah, you go, you pay for the car to get to work, to pay for the car. Like it's kind of like a weird thing. Maybe you wouldn't need the car if you didn't have a job. If you're unemployed, maybe you don't need a vehicle, right? But when you have a vehicle, you need a job. So, and that's the only way to pay for it. Kind of an interesting circle there, the vicious cycle. I guess that's all we can do. Yes, so I want to say thanks again to the new subscribers, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Go Oilers, go. God bless everyone, and remember, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. Thanks again. Peace. Take care. Have a good week. Denny out.